Hello, and welcome to the season finale of Campus Connection, Spring 2009. I'm Robert Guerra.
And I'm Adriana Sellers. On today's show, we'll be discussing how Los Angeles is helping the homeless on Skid Row. We'll also learn what the new stimulus package has in store for the city of Long Beach.
We'll also take a look at what communities are doing to stop hunger in the United States, as well as renovating homes during this economic crisis.
And later, we'll get to the bottom of the music industry and moving-making business. But first, let's take a look how the hotel workers are getting cheated out of their wages. Maricela Lopez has the story.
Hotel workers and community members have joined forces and are hitting the streets. They are protesting against 3 of the largest hotels in downtown Long Beach for not paying their workers livable wages or offering them good working conditions.
If you don't have a livable wage, you're not free. Yes. If you don't have health care, you're not free. If you don't have decent housing for your family, if your children can't go to school and go to college, you are not free.
Over the years, the city of Long Beach has invested a total of $750 million into the tourism industry. City officials hope to create a new source of revenue that would revitalize the city and bring new jobs to city residents. However, the industry has failed to offer a fair share of the pie to the workers who have made it all possible.
I think it's horrible that, the money that we put into the hospitality industry was not given back to the workers, and it doesn't benefit the local residents.
The protest came as a direct response to an end-up report titled A Tale of Two Cities, which links cities' investments to a working class stuck in poverty.
The rally did come as a direct response from the report, The Tale of Two Cities. And basically what we did, we found out, the poverty rates in Long Beach, and we found out what workers were making, and that we were subsidizing poverty in our own community.
The Long Beach Coalition for Good Jobs in a Healthy Community organized the protest to raise awareness about the current conditions hotel workers are experiencing.
I take this fight very personally. My son is a hotel worker, and he is making $10 an hour after 2 years, and I wonder if after 10 or 15 years, will he still be making the same amount of money?
Hotel workers and community members hope that through collective bargaining, they will be one step closer to livable wages and affordable health care. Reporting for Campus Connection, this is Maricela Lopez.
Hopefully the hotel workers get what they are entitled to.
Yeah, this economic downturn is affecting everyone. Christina Ramos takes us to the streets of downtown Los Angeles to the notorious Skid Row.
Los Angeles has one of the largest concentrations of homeless in the nation. Because of the changing economy and disabling problems these people incur, it is estimated that about 700 to 1,800 people are currently living on the streets of downtown.
I was happy, living my life until the bottom dropped out of the economy. And after that, I was like everybody else, unemployed, looking for a job, and eventually homeless.
The 50 square blocks east of downtown LA is a place of drug addicts and the mentally ill, with homeless that line the urine-stained sidewalks in sleeping bags and makeshift shelters. The city of LA has teamed up with different organizations to offer a variety of programs and housing projects that have dramatically changed the area.
When people are homeless, there's a lot of instability and chaos and crisis in their lives, and when you give people stability, it gives them a foundation to work from.
The Skid Row Housing Trust has 21 facilities in the city, including the Abbey, located on Skid Row. They are dedicated to offering apartments and services to the chronically homeless in need.
If a person has been living on the street a year or been homeless 4 times in the past 3 years, they are considered chronically homeless. It can cost the government an average of $30,000 more than it would cost if they were living in a permanent, supportive housing facility.
Our goal is to end homelessness for everybody who moves into one of our apartments. We don't want them to ever end up on the streets again. And to do that, we have to both give them that stability, but also treat the causes of the homelessness.
Tenants living at the facilities have access to mental health services, substance abuse treatments, and primary health care.
The issue for me right now is taking advantage of all the services that they have here and trying to use this as a stepping stone.
The combination of permanent housing and supportive services has proven extremely effective. Reporting for Campus Connection, this is Christina Ramos.
That's great that the community is helping the homeless get back on their feet.
And what about the new stimulus package? How is that going to benefit the homeless here in Long Beach?
I don't know. Let's see what Brian Karen has to say. Brian?
Deepening the mouth of the Los Angeles River, job training programs, housing for the homeless, and the removal of lead-based paint from old homes and apartment buildings. These are among the first Long Beach projects to receive funding from the federal stimulus package. That represents about $15 million in federal funding.
Well, we're really hoping that it's going to do the goals of what the President and what Congress are hoping to do, which is help to jumpstart the economy, help provide jobs. Most of these are probably going to be private sector jobs, not necessarily public sector jobs, and help give a boost to the Long Beach economy, to the regional economy, and ultimately to the national economy.
Long Beach's priorities in applying for funding have been projects that will create and preserve private sector jobs. The city also wants funding to improve its infrastructure.
We're expected to get around $53 million in formula funds that we know will be coming to the city of Long Beach. On the competitive side, we're going to be competing for $550 million.
The federal stimulus package works by allocating money through nearly 100 different accounts. Each account funds specific programs like housing, energy, and transportation.
There's lots of money for energy efficiency, which is a big priority for us. There's lots of money for water quality, which is a big priority for us in our council. There's money for transportation. So those are three major areas that we're applying for.
The city's plan has been to apply for money from as many of these accounts as possible in order to gain the most funding. This includes the arts, alternative fuels, and the busing and metro rail systems. Figures released last March show Long Beach having an unemployment rate just above 12%. That's higher than both state and national levels. However, an economist told the Press-Telegram that could all change once federal policies begin to take effect. I'm Brian Kieran, reporting for Campus Connection.
When we come back, we'll see how the Postal Service is providing for needy families. Stay tuned.
I remember when it first hit me. Applied energy in a forward direction equals human locomotion.
What does this all mean, Doc?
Well, it changed life as we know it.
I thought, wow, this concept might actually change the way we get from point A to point B. I felt like Einstein inventing the telephone. I give you the human foot.
Get up, get out, get moving. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Welcome back to Campus Connection. As food banks nationwide are witnessing a spike in demand, people are helping to refill the shelves. Rob Frecker has the story.
They're people you see 6 days a week, and they walk right up to your door. You may not know it, but your mail carrier plays a big role in feeding the hungry. For the past 17 years, the National Letter Carriers Association has sponsored an annual food drive. It's called Help Stamp Out Hunger, and it's just one way for the mail carriers to give back to the community.
Hi, Virginia. It provides a lot of food for the rescue mission, of course. Helps out for the needy families in the area. So any type of donations like this it goes a long way, especially for organizations like the rescue mission.
The drive this year couldn't have come at a better time. As the economy continues to slump, many local food banks are hard-pressed to be able to serve their clients. As demand has shot up by more than 40%, it has put a strain on the availability of food supplies for the needy.
All of our food banks had been telling us how low, if not empty, they've been. So we even had a lot of food banks that have never called us before, calling and, asking to be part of it. So we're hoping for a lot of food.
The letter carriers boast that the event is the largest one-day food drive in the nation. Last year, the Long Beach area brought in more than 100,000 pounds of food. They hold the drive every May to prepare the food banks for the summer rush.
Sadly, a lot of people, especially kids, get all of their food and nutritional needs through the school lunch and breakfast programs. So the pantries actually get hit harder summertime.
This is a national event, but all food gathered in Long Beach stays in Long Beach, helping about a half-dozen local food pantries that are in desperate need of restocking their shelves. Reporting for Campus Connection, I'm Rob Frecker.
All that happens in one day?
Yeah, you know what else happens in one day? Paint your heart out in Orange County. Here's Shasta Netfatal with more on the story.
Chipping away the old is exactly what these walls need in preparation for a fresh coat of paint. And homeowner Lori Santangoruncool needed some helping hands for a home makeover.
All of them is so nice, and they all the smile face helping me out for nothing. So I'm really, really glad for that.
Paint Your Heart Out partners with volunteers from the community to help repair homes for low-income families. The organization relies on donated materials, and anything helps from a paintbrush to a few hours of your time.
Over $5 million from fundraising and donations have helped refurbish homes in the Orange County area at no cost to the homeowner.
A lot of the applicants are depressed, they're down, they're overwhelmed because they may have a lot of debris or things around their house, and we'll send in a team, and in 2 days we can totally get the house cleaned up.
From mixing the paint to washing the brushes, this National Service fraternity is teaming up to get the job done. Alpha Phi Omega's president, Melanie Tianco, shows that a little help can go a long way.
I think, the world underestimates how much work we need around, whether it's in the littlest places, no help is too small or too big.
These volunteers are making a difference at one home on the 1200 block of Siesta Street. It is just one of the 50 homes that are being refurbished this year.
The look on the homeowner's face when it's all done and cleaned up, just the difference we've made for their home and their pride. That's the payment. That's what makes this whole thing worthwhile.
All the house needed was a few volunteers willing to paint their hearts out.
Paint Your Heart Out 2009!
This is Chasta Nekvatal reporting for Campus Connection.
Thanks, Chasta. I guess all they needed was a little TLC.
Orange County not only provides community service programs, they also provide a wide range of free entertainment for the entire family. Maisha Jones has more on the story.
The Buena Park Fine Arts Commission began in the late 50s. It encourages and promotes cultural activities such as art festivals, summer concerts, and theater productions.
We have exhibiting artist series here in City Council chambers, art exhibitions for youth, musical theater productions with the Buena Park Youth Theater, and civic theater for adult age actors.
Many of the events offered are free of charge, including summer concerts, children's art festivals, and submission in all art shows, often held here at City Hall.
If you walk around Buena Park, you'll see flyers at Starbucks and the library and different places. We try to promote as much as we can. Some events that the community can look forward to are our youth theater production of Annie Get Your Gun. Also, we have our excursion to the Getty. Our excursions take a bus from the Buena Park Recreation Center, and we take them to different museums, gardens, any type of cultural center.
The commission held its annual high school art show at City Hall, showcasing artwork from local high school students.
It gives us a chance to just get our art out there and seen by people. I like seeing a lot of people's artwork, especially when they're young, and seeing how talented people are, so it'd be really cool to have more shows like this.
Our concern was that the schools in the area were making cutbacks and that there wasn't enough opportunity for students to participate and experience art. So that's when they started the organization.
If you'd like to take a cultural trip, hear a lecture, or see an art series, log on to buenaparkfinearts.com for more information. This is Maisha Jones reporting for Campus Connection.
Don't change that dial. When we come back, we have an exciting edition of entertainment news at the beach.
The time is coming. There's no escape from the day you retire. And will you be ready financially?
Are you ready, dear?
You still can be, with investments like an IRA or a retirement plan at work. It's never too late. But start now, because if you wait,
you're making a grave mistake.
You may wind up working forever. Saving for your financial future doesn't have to be a nightmare. Choose to save.
Hi everybody, and welcome to E-News at the Beach. I'm Nikki McVeigh.
And I'm Francis Vega. On E-News today, we'll take a look at the backstage action on movie sets, we'll be discussing the recent 80s comeback, and we'll also sit down with Ashley Simpson's former drummer. But first, let's review some entertainment history.
As you may or may not know, CSULB's extensive list of alumni includes some famous faces from the movie industry. Actor Steve Martin studied philosophy at the Beach.
Director Steven Spielberg was also a student here during the 60s and was a member of the Theta Chi fraternity. In 2002, Spielberg earned his bachelor's degree in film production and electronic arts via independent projects.
While these two men are household names, it takes a lot of people behind the scenes to make their films successful. Recently, I sat down with Scott LaRue, who works in sound. He gave some insight into the movie-making business and the sound process for the upcoming MGM film, The Three Stooges. So tell me a little bit about what you do for a living.
We basically place the microphone on whoever's speaking, so we have to know the dialogue. So if there's one person talking, basically the mic stays one place unless they're moving around. Two people, you have to know the lines to cue back and forth. So your mic is on whoever's talking, so you have to know that ahead of time. So if there's a lot of dialogue, you have to learn a lot of dialogue.
What has been your favorite film that you've worked on so far?
Ray, a movie about Ray Charles's life, and it was difficult. It was very hard and challenging, and we went to Louisiana, New Orleans for 2 months. I'd have to say it was my favorite because it was tough, and we did a very good job, and the mixer got an Academy Award for it. So it was kind of a high point in all our lives for that movie.
What do you think is the biggest misconception that the public has about the filmmaking process?
I guess it would just be the time restraints and how much time it takes to do something. I mean, a 5-second scene can take a couple days depending on what's involved, special effects wise, but it can be monotonous, doing scenes over and over and takes over and over, and then doing other shots for the same scene. So, you know, 1 2-minute scene can take, you know, anywhere from an hour to a couple days.
Do you have any movies lined up in the future that you're going to be working on?
We have something coming up, probably won't be till the fall. The Three Stooges are doing a remake. The Farrelly brothers are doing it. And we worked with them before, and they're great guys to work with. And it should be interesting, especially a very interesting cast. Jim Carrey and Johnny Depp was. I don't think he is now. Sean Penn is. And I think Del Toro is doing one of them. So I think those are the 3 that are now. It can change, but looks like that's going to be it. And hopefully they'll do it in town. And that'll be very interesting. I think a lot of people are looking forward to that.
I never realized it took so much effort just to get the sound right.
Speaking of sound, a lot of movies are known for their great soundtracks, such as the classic films The Wizard of Oz and Singing in the Rain.
Those movies are pretty awesome, but I'm a bigger fan of music from 80s films.
Well, now you can listen to all your favorite songs all over again. 80s music seems to be coming back into the mainstream, thanks to popular cover bands like Steel Panther and the upcoming band Flashback Heart Attack.
I recently caught up with their drummer, Chris Fox. The former Ashlee Simpson band member shared stories about being on tour and the ugly side of fame. So you've gone back and forth between being Ashlee Simpson's tour drummer and having your own music ventures. What's it like going back and forth between being recognized like a celebrity and being a normal person?
Well, it's weird. I'm not really a big a fan of attention. You know, like if people go, oh my God, can I have your autograph? Whatever. It just kind of makes me a little nervous. I really like the anonymity more than anything. But traveling and stuff was really awesome. You know, everything else that went along with it was cool.
If you could go on tour with any living musician or band, who would it be and why?
You know, it'd actually be good. I'm not necessarily a huge Slipknot fan, but the fact that they wear the masks and once they get off stage, people can't like come up and hoard them or anything, that would be cool. Because you still get the big venues, get to play, and you know, all the fun of the traveling and the touring and all that, but without people bugging you. Not like, you know, it's not that I mind people talking to me or whatever, but there's some that got kind of psycho and stuff.
So you've been stalked before?
This guy he would show up at probably just like any show in like a 5-state circle, like around New Jersey and like the surrounding states, because he lived in New Jersey. And he'd come to like every show, and he'd find me somehow, he'd hunt me down, and he'd like give me presents. He gave me a set of iPod speakers once, like a nice set of Bose iPod speakers. He'd bring me t-shirts or drumsticks or snacks for the bus, and it was really weird. And then he found my address somehow, and he mailed me a picture of an aerial view of my house from Google Earth. He's like, hey, look what I found. And it was a 40-year-old man. Like, at least if it was like a cute girl, I'd be like, all right. But no, a 40-year-old guy, that's not cool.
Wow, that's kind of creepy. So what'd you end up doing about that?
I had actually tell him, like, dude, you're really creeping me out. You need to leave me alone. But he kept emailing me for a few months after that, and I just stopped replying because he wasn't getting it, so eventually he just finally let up.
Tell me a little bit more about what you're doing now.
I guess drummer for hire work. You know, any band that needs a drummer, be like, hey, you know, I'll do like one-off gigs or studio stuff, or like this cover band. You know, just if it pays and it's fun and the people are cool, I'm down for it. You know?
Maybe I should become a drummer.
I think you should keep your day job. On that note, that's it today for E-News at the Beach. Adriana and Robert, back to you.
Thanks, Francis. Now from entertainment to sports. Clay Murray and Aaron Huerta have this season's sports recap when we return.
Guys, what do you got? Got a 28-year-old black male, got 3 gunshot wounds to the chest. 1 upper chest, 1 lower chest, 1 center. Bleeding a lot.
There are 2 paths a child can take.
Sir, try not to move. Still.
We have a 28-year-old male.
For over 25 years, we've been helping children choose the right one. Communities and schools, helping kids stay in school and prepare for life.
Hey everybody, I'm Clay Murray alongside Aaron Huerta, and this is the Campus Connection Spring Sports Recap.
After another disappointing year for the Lady Niners, the women's basketball team announced their new head coach, Jody Wynn.
I would like to bring that success back to Long Beach State, where we're graduating 100% of our student athletes first and foremost, and at the same time providing them an experience in which they will truly treasure for the rest of their lives, hopefully winning some championships along the way.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
I know, man. I can't wait to see how she's going to turn it around.
Next, led by Hannah Grady, the first ever 4-time Big West Conference Player of the Year, the Long Beach State women's tennis team went undefeated in conference play and won their 4th straight Big West Conference title. Grady finished the season with a 26-10 overall record and an astonishing 11-0 record in conference play, while helping her team finish with an 18-10 overall record on the year, ranking 50th in the nation. For the 6th straight year, the girls participated in the women's tennis NCAA tournament before losing to LSU in the first round of matches this past weekend in Stanford.
The Long Beach State men's basketball team surprised a number of opponents this season and ultimately made it to the semifinals of the Big West Conference tournament. Coach Dan Munson named 3 freshmen to the starting lineup. Casper Ware, Larry Anderson, and TJ Robinson were all named to the Big West all-freshman team. Anderson also became the first 49er freshman to earn first-team All-League recognition since 1973.
Yeah, we both went to games. That was an exciting year to watch.
Yeah, and they still have a few more seasons to go. They're going to be good. Next, we have men's volleyball. They ended their season in dramatic fashion. They would ultimately lose to a good Pepperdine team in 4 sets in the quarterfinals of the MPSF tournament. Dean Bittner, the team leader in kills and aces, earned first-team All-American honors. He ranked 3rd in the country in kills and 13th in service aces. And head coach Alan Knipe was named the new U.S. men's national team head coach for 2009.
Olympic coach, that's impressive.
Yeah, 2012, we'll see him there.
As for the women's golf team, they won their first ever Big West Conference tournament just 2 weeks ago in San Luis Obispo. Along with winning the tournament, Kay Hoy, Lee Lopez, and Coach Sue Ewert were all named to the All Big West Conference team. Along with such an excellent regular season, for the 2nd time in school history, the girls earned themselves a bid into the NCAA tournament. The girls played in the first round of the tournament and finished 17th overall this past weekend on the campus of Arizona State University in Tempe, Arizona.
Now let's take a look at your Sisters of Swing, your Long Beach State softball team. The Niners finished the regular season with a 15-6 conference record and posted an overall record of 34-19. With a 3rd place finish in the Big West Conference, they earned an at-large bid to the NC2A Regionals. And after only 3 seasons as the team's head coach, Kim Souter has recorded 100 wins. She is the fastest women's softball coach to do so in Long Beach State history.
We can't forget about our Dirtbags. After losing 11 players in last year's MLB draft, this year's Dirtbag squad is a young team, to say the least. But as the season has gone on, the team has come together and is making a great push at possibly making their 3rd straight NCAA tournament. The Dirtbags need to finish the last 2 weeks of the season with strong series against Cal Poly and Fullerton if they want to keep their dreams alive at playing in the postseason. Well, that's a wrap for this sports recap. I'm Aaron Huerta.
And I'm Clay Murray. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Clay and Aaron, for the semester's sports recap. Well, that's all we have for this season of Campus Connection. Have a great summer. Signing off, I'm Adriana Sellers.
And I'm Robert Guerra. You stay classy, Long Beach.